Today in the first five, I want to talk about Katie Hopkins. And some of you recognize her name because because she's famous, because she's joined me on the show many times, because she is a leader internationally in speaking out on behalf of freedom, on behalf of the idea that people in countries around the world have the right to live in freedom, to not live under tyranny. She has been outspoken about what's happening to her home country, the UK, what's happened to her country because of massive changes in policies over decades that have resulted in truly the loss of the fundamental freedoms of people in the UK, the expanded immigration that brought in large numbers of Islamic refugees who have then taken over certain areas of the country. Geographically, have certainly taken over certain areas of law, certain areas, and just changed the culture and the fabric of Britain. She is in America again. She is here in part because I invited her to speak at the conference I'm hosting in just 2 weeks, and actually in less than 2 weeks. It is on Saturday, September 26th. It's here in the Dallas area. The name of the conference is American Women and American Freedom. And if you'd like to come, we still have tickets. We are doing very well selling tickets and getting sponsors, but there are tickets left. I'd love to have you come. I have a stellar lineup of speakers you just won't believe. Stellar lineup, great event. And so if you're interested, please email me at americacanwetalk@gmail.com. And you can also go to the conference website, AmericanWomenAmericanFreedom.com. But back to Katie Hopkins. Part of the reason she planned this lengthy trip here was to be sure and be here in Dallas on September 26th. And I've been in touch with her a lot since she's arrived. But I wanted to play for you a little clip. This is a little video she did in one of her hotel rooms, traveling around the country as she's back in America, trying to spread the message of freedom and the need for free people in countries around this world to stand up for freedom. Here it is. Here's Katie Hopkins.
I thought it might be fun to have a conversation about what I'm actually up to. I don't really talk about myself very much, probably because I'm quite shy. But I thought it might be useful to update you. So British people are not allowed into America. We can't come in because we're seen as Ebola, I think. One of the naughty things Trump did was ban British people, which meant I was banned as well. But I'm not really very good at being told no. So I have broken into the United States. If you need advice on how to get into America as a Brit or a European, you can always give me a shout and I can tell you how. But it involves multiple flights. It involves isolation and 14 days in quarantine and some fairly unpleasant testing at different airports. But either way, I've made it into the States. And my aim being here is to support the Trump campaign. We have just over 60 days to get 4 more years of Trump, and I am not going to sit on my arse in Britain and wait for that to happen. So I am moving around places that other speakers typically don't go to bring people together and to remind them, of the positivity and the optimism of our side. We have so many things to be positive and optimistic about. We have our faith. My faith is built on many things. One of them, of course, being the fact that I am cured from epilepsy and I'm on extra time already. So I will always have faith, and whatever happens to me, it's okay. I can throw caution to the wind, because when you've given extra time, it doesn't matter so much when the end might come. Second up, of course, we have our families. And for all of us, I know that we recognize that our family is a red line. No one's going to come near our family. No one's going to hurt our family. And if they try to, well, that will be the last day that they have.
Katie Hopkins, you gotta love her. The actual segment that I played for you was actually, I think, a little bit, I only did maybe the first third of it. So you can go to our website, americacanwetalk.org, and you can click on the link on the homepage of America Can We Talk under shows, drop down list of links, and you can go right to that video and hear the rest of what she had to say. She also has a new article out, and I wanted to share it with you. And again, we also posted that on our website, americacanwetalk.org. The article she wrote is called Breaking Back. It's about breaking back into America. But she put some pretty poignant things in here, and I wanted to share with you, make sure you understand what she's talking about, how she's thinking. She's talking about the elections of 2020. In fact, her language, her terms. The 2020 presidential election is a tipping point for Western civilization. It marks the last stand of the right against the very wrong, of law and order against anarchy and chaos, and democracy over socialism. It is not political, but biblical in proportion. It's an eloquent article talking about the very things. I think, my microphone is, sorry. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit so I keep bumping my necklace. Sorry. It is an effort on her part to inspire American people to understand just how extreme, just how dangerous the choice is we have in front of us in November of 2020. The choice, as she said, democracy or socialism, law and order versus chaos and anarchy. That is the election of 2020. And she's very eloquent. She runs through the article talking about different places she has visited while she's been in America. She goes to meetings where she's able to speak without masks and social distancing and sees full-grown adult men crying for joy, literally crying for joy, because they can engage again, engage in conversation. She writes eloquently about so many things that are wrong in the world and what's happening in the world, and how America really has a choice of re-electing a leader who is among the few in the world still willing to stand up for we the people and our right to live in freedom. Fabulous article. She'll be fabulous at the conference I'm hosting in Dallas on September 26th. Again, if you have not bought tickets, I urge you to get it, and get them by emailing me at americacanwetalk@gmail.com, and I urge you to read her article, Breaking Back. And that, my very fine friends, is today's First Five.